Alrighty, what is good, people? Welcome back. Now we're going to be taking a peek at some of these other missions coming up, and if I remember, this one is an absolute nightmare. I think I ran out of ammo playing this mission basically every time.
A fleet of unidentified submarines is closing in on the Eocene launch site. The ship's weight characteristics indicate they're Omer's Safi-class special subs, likely loaded down with Omer's explosive self-destruct weapons. You'll stand by on the peninsula and intercept the incoming self-destruct weapons with a volley of fire as they approach the launch site from the shore. Those are your orders.
Now, you would really think these people would have, like, I don't know, gun placements, but maybe the launch site is just not particularly militaristic, so they had to hire a mobile weapons platform like a Next. I don't really know. Probably not going to read into it too much. I should just stop now. But yeah, real thrilling stage. If I remember, this is it. Like, this is literally it. And I'm going to try and do my best here to conserve ammunition, because it really does get scarce. And I don't think these things stop for a solid, like... It's probably like an 8-minute mission or something. Very little exaggeration there, if any. It looks kind of pretty. It just should have been, like, way shorter than what it is. Like, there is something nice about this sunset, and then, like, all these beautiful, almost like floating lanterns coming out, except that they're lethal, not at all pleasant. I think you can hit stuff without locking on, too. I know that there are snipers in the game that you don't have to lock on, if I remember right. And I could blind fire these and hope I get lucky enough to hit the small hitbox where these things will all explode at once. There's probably a button for it that I just do not recall, and was not covered in the tutorial we saw together earlier. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, here's where it starts to get kind of nuts. And sorry about the DualShock 3, this thing's analog sticks are really loose. I think I said that before. Maybe that was in a test recording. And I'm not sure if it's just a DualShock 3 in general, because it's been so long, or if it's actually like a age.
Concentrate on hitting their numbers. Fire in the number 2 storehouse.
Shit. Oh, I'm not doing the best. I'm a bad mercenary. Alright, so yeah, now the right weapon is already out of munition, so that's good. Although I do think this is the last wave of these things, thank God. I must have done a little better than I remembered with ammo conservation, but I did let some through, so... whoops.
No response detected from enemy self-destruct units. There's barely a scratch on the launch site.
Oh. Heckin' yes.
Good work. Please head back.
Never mind, we got the big kudos. We've done it. Rank S.
I'm glad you're all right. Let's go home.
Oh, so yeah, White Glint is not made by Ray Leonard. I really couldn't remember. It's been too long. Yeah, we'll give this one a crack. If I remember, this is really close range. Almost frustratingly close range. If it's not this mission, it's another one.
The enemy is relying mostly on old weaponry, but it's possible they've activated normal.
Not as bad as how, like, compact some of the... I think it was a PS1 game, PS2. Really, like I said, I'm not as familiar with the older games.
Those are your orders.
Yeah, this must be it. You're basically, like, in a robot grocery store, alright? And you're as tall as the building trying to fight these things. Yeah, it's just a little warehouse. This might not be as bad as I remember. I don't think these guys do a lot of damage.
All enemies within the storage chamber eliminated. We're still picking up enemy signatures in the neighboring chamber. Clean that one out next.
Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Oh, God. I hit the button I said was bad.
Radar activity within the facility has gone silent. The mission was a success.
That was pretty easy peasy, too. I really must just have had a bad memory about... maybe it's one of the other facility missions. A lot of really narrow enclosures, and I think there's like a lot of verticality to it, so you're like descending a shaft while trying to clear out all these enemies in like very narrow spaces. Was not a fan. Oh, S-Rake again.
I'm glad you're all right. Let's go home.
I'm patting myself on the back for these early ones, but I'm sure I'm going to absolutely eat dirt later on, and it's going to be really embarrassing. Also, that thing cracks me up. The jet-looking stiletto heels. No. We haven't looked too much at the customization stuff yet, and I'm not sure if we can buy parts yet, or if that's restricted at all. So I just looked at this earlier just to try and, if you remember, we unlocked... Oh, what the heck, man? If you remember earlier, we had unlocked some points. And what those do is they go down here on this page. So you get to select a variety of, different options here. Well, so stats, that's what I want. A variety of different stats that you can manipulate. So load affects how many, how heavy your weapons can be, and your generator, and so on and so forth. A lot of it should be pretty self-explanatory. Way more so than later From Software games in which several stats were an absolute mystery. But yeah, I don't see any way in which to purchase things, or I probably would throw some shoulder weapons on this poor thing already. Yeah. Also, the hanger weapons, in my opinion, super fucking cool. Like, just the coolest. One of them's a revolver, so on that mission we just did with all the flying lights, were I to run out of ammunition for most of my, like, primary weapons, I could discard them and have a hanger gun. And that's cool. Just the fact that, like, it throws off one of the arm weapons and then whips out this little, like, you know, there's a stowed melee blade and a stowed handgun, and I'm sure there's other ones I don't remember, but those are the two that stand out. Just like a desperation / holdout weapon is awesome for a mech.
Few in number, but we don't have any specifics. Those are your orders. radar response in the deepest level confirmed.
Alright, this might be it.
That's your target. Head down there now.
I think it was, yeah, I did, oh, Jesus. Oh, I've already messed up real bad. I just want to jump. Oh, fuck. Pardon me, I am trying to cut down on my my expletive usage. It is a bad habit. Oh, it takes way longer to stow shoulder weapons than I remembered. That looked really sloppy.
Targets destroyed. The mission was a success.
Oh man, I love how bite-sized some of these are. I don't remember them being so digestible.
Please head
Maybe I
back.
was just too dumb to read the mission descriptions. That was real messy with the mines. I kept holding down the boost button to try and to fly over them, but instead it just was
I'm glad you're all right.
maintaining my
Let's go
altitude. I don't know if the game told us, but if you double tap the right-hand boost one, which is not the short boost, it's just the hover basically, you jump. But I think this DualShock 3 is having some issues with that particular one.
Let's confirm the mission. An electrical plant Leone Mechanica is building has been taken over by an armed anti-establishment organization. Eliminate them. A small cadre of normals constitutes their chief firepower, but they've gotten control
Yeah,
of some
like,
of the
why didn't that
facility's
launch site have
security
these
laser
guys?
cannons. This is a level 3 protected area. Finish this operation as quickly as possible. This transport ship would be a sitting duck for those lasers. You'll be dropping down to the facility's core from a high altitude. Those are your orders.
God. It's so cool. Wait till you see 4 Answers, though. 4 Answer does, like, this exact concept, but better. If you've played, like, Warframe, you have some of those missions where, like, you get kind of like a boost suit if you're in kind of free roam or, like, an orbit kind of scenario. And that is a mechanic in 4 Answer. Or, like, if you watched, Reconquista and G, where he has all the different packs, or I guess Seed too. I didn't watch Seed much,
The enemy's main ground force.
but yeah, just any sort of like
Drop down quickly and
slap a
take them out.
backpack on it. That's cool.
You'll be entering the fixed laser cannon's range shortly.
Oh yeah, that's how this works. Speaking of, this reminds me of the first Lost Planet, and I definitely need to play that. I don't think I own it on PS3, and I don't have a 360 anymore. I just have I have the Steelbook for 360 that I bought later in life because I wanted it really badly, and it was not expensive.
Target destruction confirmed. 3 remaining. Target destruction confirmed. That leaves 2.
Alright, so I can see now why the boost comes in handy. I think it's just for getting really good mission times. Like, right now would have been a good time to use it.
Target destruction confirmed.
But I just really don't like sacrificing the particle
All objectives neutralized.
barrier.
The mission was a success.
It's that big fat bar that reduces damage taken over time or something. Like, you see how when I'm taking this damage, there's like a little barrier? Yeah, that's it.
I'm glad you're all right. Let's go home.
Is this the voice actor who does Burroughs in SMT4? I wonder? That's kind of typecast, but it's kind of a cute typecast. Like, you are the professional assistant who shows up repeatedly. I don't know. I like it. Big fan.
Let's confirm the mission. An unidentified armed group has reoccupied Griffin, the independent city. GA is planning a large-scale airship attack to rout them once and for all. It's your job to take out their long-range weaponry to clear the way. Griffin is swarming with enemy forces. You can ignore them all. Just get to those long-range cannons. We're looking for
God.
efficiency here.
Hello, and games are
Those
just
your
like,
orders.
don't worry about the small fry, just get the big thing. I don't know if I mentioned before, but they have Kotobukiya model kits for Armored Core, and they are really expensive, which is disheartening.
Ignore their ground troops. Focus on the long-range cannons. Closing distance on the enemy's main force now.
Oh no, did I just go over it? I thought it was... Ah, that's what it is.
You've still got time. Prioritize the elimination of the objectives. Radar response from central area long-range cannons has stopped dead. That's not all of it. Destruction of all objectives confirmed. The mission was
I feel like I accidentally picked the most broken suit. I don't think that anyone's come with a melee weapon, and melee weapons are extremely strong in this game. You might remember a certain infamous one as the Moonlight Greatsword, which is a From Software staple. Ah, fuck, rank B, I told you it'd happen.
I'm glad you're all right. Let's go home.
That's cool, not having a number.
Let's confirm the mission.
I think he's one of the first ones
The
you get to
Mag
fight
Club
too.
Liberation Front
Oh,
is
it's
one
actually
of
literally
Africa's
this one if I
largest
remember.
Anti-establishment group. You'll attack their fortress in former Gelta. Take out the entire squad of guards.
Oh no, it
The
just
old
mentions
Gelta
the faction.
fortress is a holdover
Never mind.
from the wars of ethnic cleansing.
His is like a
It's a
desert
natural
combat
stronghold,
situation, if I
protected by the
remember
canyon's
now that I
walls.
really put some
The
thought
fort's
into it.
defensive forces should be scant, but remember that the old large barrel fixed cannons set along the canyon boast impressive power and range. Those are your orders. You'll be entering the fortress's fixed cannon firing range shortly. Keep an eye out for cannon fire. The former Gelta fortress is ahead. A defensive force of normals is in place.
I really wanted to ascend this cliff, but oh well. Ugh. Alright, now we're in there, folks. Oh. Yeah, keep pressing triangle to switch my shoulder weapon, which is wrong, in case you're wondering why I keep boosting. And this must just be years of like, this is how the FPSs do it, and that makes sense. And no, the control scheme for this game actually makes a lot of sense on its own, so I'm not sure why I'm trying to fight it. Must be trying to fight it because I'm doing a poor job of fighting these guys. No, I couldn't. Thought I switched a shoulder weapon. Alright, I did really poorly there. I apologize for how disgusting that was to look at. And I still did better than I allegedly did the last mission, so,
I'm glad you're alright. Let's go
sure.
home.
I think that one was supposed to be a real blitz, and had I been more efficient in going down the line and hitting the guys rather than going back and forth, I probably would have gotten a better score. Oh shit. That's me.
Let's confirm the mission. This time, it's the Maghlib Liberation Front's Eritrean stronghold. Eliminate their entire ballistic missile arsenal. This is one of the MLF's central bases. You'll be facing an elite force, including several normals. We've detected a fierce sandstorm in the area, so visibility will be extremely limited. Focus on tracking targets by radar. Those are your orders. The ballistic missiles you're after are in the Eritrean stronghold. Head for the stronghold using radar.
You know what there's
to
not in this
verify
game?
the location.
Sorry, do you know what is not in this game? Rather, there are no swamps.
Enemy forces are coming in.
I don't think there's any damage over time either.
Stronghold perimeter breached. Now get in there and destroy the objectives.
Jeez, it's tough going here. Oh yeah, the missile silos, there we go. Well, I guess they're not really silos. There we go.
Destruction of ballistics confirmed. The mission was a success.
Also, the really gratuitous camera shots of your mech.
Please head back.
Whenever you complete a mission. As customization unfolds, that'll be a lot more, like, rewarding to see at the end.
I'm glad you're alright. Let's go.
You can make some cool stuff. I mean, it's, oh, I want to play custom Robo now, too. Dang it. Alright, so this is the mission. Defeat enemy next.
Let's confirm the mission. Intercept the Maghlib Liberation Front's ground transport convoy and destroy the armored core belonging to their irregular next, Amoed, the Desert Wolf. By taking on a lethal amount of psychic stress, Amoed has achieved a degree of control over his armored core far beyond the limits of his minimal AMS compatibility. You're dealing with someone anti-establishment groups across White Africa consider a hero. He's too dangerous to face in conventional combat. Amoed's next, Barbaroi, is based on a lightweight Ekbal standard armored core. Its defenses should be minimal. Take it out before it can be activated. Those are your
Alright.
orders. Be careful
This is
out
when-
there.
Sorry, I should have waited. This is when all the crazy boosting's really gonna kick in. So, having to wait for lock-on time is gonna become a factor coming up now. Coming up now, amongst other things. But I can't wait. These are the most fun. Certain special missions in 4 Answer that I will not spoil at this juncture are really fun, but the enemy nexts are really fun. And I think
Target sighted.
usually like the in game is fighting 2 of them at once and
Currently
stuff.
en route to be a ground carrier vehicle. Don't get
Oh.
ahead of yourself. Let it come to you, then attack. Target has entered combat range. Let it get as close as possible, then hammer it. Barbaroi has begun activation. Concentrate all fire on the target.
Cowards. You righteous shall not get to pay.
So you see how my my lock-on marker's not really lining up very quickly with this guy?
Now, finish it off.
Disappear, disappear, disappear. Illogical. Ravens are not to be underestimated.
I can't wait to have more booster capacity, because right now I've been sitting on like empty for a while, and that's why I can't really execute a lot of the maneuverability. Even if you're not dodging, it helps to keep up with them by also straight dodging at the same time. Otherwise the camera is really difficult to orient. So yeah, right now my barrier for defense is almost gone. I don't think all of them are this slippery. I mean, they're all pretty slippery, but like I think this guy is.
This is white. Legs. Delta's on the way. Hold out the leg in.
I think you can kill this guy before he gets here. Unless it's super scripted. I'm pretty sure you can probably kill him before he gets here. If I just worked better. And or had my own
So this
customized suit.
Joshua,
We're gonna give him this for
he never stops fighting for his homeland.
a good look at this guy here, even though we're gonna get a
He's
schematic in
truly
a second.
strong man. He always was.
White Clint literally jumping for joy right now. He's very happy. There he goes. Oh, he's having a good time.
Come on home.
Yeah, I deserve that C. I really do.
Amajik had been working alone for some time. He didn't want to contaminate his Maglib comrades. A hero. Maybe so. He may have taken it all upon himself from the very start.
The battle in White Africa, especially the defeat of the anti-establishment hero Barbaroi, caused the value of Anatolia's mercenary to soar. But while we were naively enjoying our successes, seeds of conflict threatened the Pax Economica. The battle for supremacy in the development of Kojima technology, the race between the newly risen Ray Leonard group's Aquavit and the Rosenthal group's Omer Science spread to the other companies, accentuating existent antagonism as it went. The world's counterfeit peace had begun to unravel. I saw that as Anatolia's golden opportunity.
Whoops, it's Ray Leonard. I've been saying Ray Leonard. My apologies for the mispronunciation. Alrighty, well that completes Chapter 2. We've got the option to buy parts now, and we've unlocked more of those customization points we took a look at earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a cut here. But thank you once again for checking things out. I hope you have a nice afternoon.